Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. I hope you're all doing well and welcome back to my 2022 anticipated releases. Now you guys will probably be thinking, this is really early, we're only in the middle of December. And yes, but I don't get excited about many new releases. I'm very much if the hype takes it, then I'll look into it, and I don't kind of really think about new releases prior to them coming out. However, I always do have a little list, and little, I mean little. There's only about 8 books on this list I'm going to talk to you guys about today, but they are books I'm so excited for that I wanted to share with you just in case you didn't know about them. Of course, if you know me and my channel, they are all YA, contemporary and adult fiction books, because that is my go-to genre and those are the books I get excited for. Even if I read other genres throughout the year, I'm only ever anticipating contemporary and romances because that's just what I read and what I love in books. I guess without further ado, let's hop into my anticipated releases for 2022. I can't believe I'm saying that. I'm going to go in month order, and a book that's coming out on January 6th, so very, very soon when you think about it, seeing as we're in the middle of December, so only a couple of weeks away, is the new release by Lucy Diamond. Lucy Diamond this year has really become one of my favourite authors because I read The Beach Cafe by her and absolutely fell in love with it, and then I read the Beach Cafe novellas and I really truly understood what the Beach Cafe meant to me. So now I'm super excited for her new release. Some websites do say that it's out in December, but I haven't heard anything on Lucy Diamond's personal social media that it's out in December. So I'm taking the Goodreads date that is January 6th, 2022, and that book is called Anything Could Happen. And this book basically follows a mother and a daughter relationship. The mother is called Lara and the daughter is called Eliza. And Lara has always kept hidden the truth about Eliza's father, but when Eliza turns 18 years old, she finally wants to know the real truth behind why she has no contact with her father, and this truth leads them on a road trip around England and eventually to New York City. And I just think this is going to be like an incredible book. I just have this feeling. You guys know me by now, I'm such a character-driven person, so road trips and mother and daughter relationships, because I love family dynamic in books, so that really heightens my anticipation for it as well, the fact that it's a mother and a daughter relationship, and it's more like a platonic relationship rather than a romantic relationship, really gets me intrigued. And the fact they have to travel across England as well as visiting New York, I think it's going to be a really, really good book, and I cannot wait for it, hence why it's made my 2022 anticipated releases. The next book I'm looking forward to is out on February 22nd, 2022, and that is Ashley Herring Blake's brand new book. Now, I'm excited for this one, and I haven't actually read her book that came out in 2021 yet, which was Hazelwood and the Deep Blue Sea, which is a queer middle grade. I haven't read that one yet because it's been really, really difficult to get a copy to me from the UK. I don't know why that is. I think I probably could pay for the hardback, but the other 2 books I have from her, Ivy Aberdeen and Sunny St. James, are both in paperback. So I think I'm just waiting for the paperback of Hazelwood to come out. As soon as I can get my hands on that paperback, I will be getting it and I'll be reading it. But I'm still anticipating her latest release because the books I have read of hers, Ivy Aberdeen and Sunny St. James, are both almost 5 stars. I absolutely adore her writing. I adore the topics that she addresses in her books. However, the book that I'm anticipating by Ashley Herring Blake in 2022 is a YA, and I haven't actually read a YA Ashley Herring Blake before, but this book sounds so good as well that I'm super, super excited to get to it. And this one is called Delilah Green Doesn't Care, and it basically follows our main character Delilah, who has grown up in quite a rocky environment with her step family. So as soon as she turns 18 and she can get away from them, she goes to New York to try and set up her life and become a photographer. And she's doing really well. Her photography career is setting off and getting going. She has to return home to a place that she really doesn't feel comfortable or herself in. However, Claire comes into the picture, who is her stepsister's best friend, and it is a queer romance, so I'm expecting good things and I'm really, really excited. I really enjoyed the Falling in Love montage by Kira Smith this year. It's one of the best sapphic relationship books I've read, and Delilah Green really gives me off similar vibes, so I cannot wait to read it, and that one comes out on February 22nd. Now the next book I'm really, really excited. To be honest, I'm excited for all of them, but I'm really excited for this one, and that is Beth OLeary's brand new book. She does have a book coming out in 2022. She is pumping out the stories for us, and I'm super, super excited for her latest release, which is called The No-Show. And this one is out on April 28th, 2022. And this one basically follows 3 women. We have Siobhan, who's been stood up at a breakfast date by Joseph. We have Miranda, who's been stood up by Carter on Valentine's Day. And we have Jane, who Joseph Carter has promised to be a fake date for at a colleague's engagement party. So when he doesn't show up to any of those dates across the same day, we're starting to ask the question of who the hell is Joseph Carter? Doesn't this just sound so good? Like, oh, so good. I cannot wait. The fact that like this mysterious dude has reformed himself into 3 different personalities, agreed to 3 different dates on the same day but at different times, but he doesn't show to any of them. I'm so intrigued by this synopsis and I cannot wait. And I love Beth OLeary's writing, so I feel like I'm in for a whale of a time when it comes to her brand new release, the no-show date on April 28th, 2022. The next book I'm really excited for is Booked on Feelings by Jayci. I read Jayci for the first time this year and fell in love with how she does romantic relationships and the sexual tension she has in these books. She is the queen of slow burn romances in my opinion, and I absolutely loved A Sweet Mess that I read from her this year. When I found out that she has a new book coming out with different characters in a different universe, because she has The Dating Dare, which is a companion series to A Sweet Mess, which I enjoyed but not as much as A Sweet Mess. So when I found out she has a new book outside of that universe, I was so excited to dig my teeth in and see what her kind of new universe has in store. So all I know about Booked on Feelings, because there's very little on Goodreads regarding it, which is so unfair. I feel like Jayci needs more praise in this world because I think she's brilliant. And all I know about it is it's about childhood friends, a failed bookstore, and a second chance romance. Those 3 things are a recipe for success in my opinion, and I cannot wait. And the cover is so cute as well, and I'm very excited. I'm hoping she does a really good job in sexual tension again, because she excelled in that in A Sweet Mess. It kind of dipped a little bit in The Dating Dare, but I'm so excited to see what this book has in store for me, and I cannot wait for it to come out. And it comes out on July 26th, 2022. The next one, I'm just so excited about all of these, hence why I'm making this video, because they all are anticipated releases. But the next one I'm really excited for is Mike Gayle has a brand new book coming out. If you didn't know, Mike Gayle is one of my favourite authors. He wrote Half a World Away, he wrote A Man I Think I Know, both books I absolutely adored and are new favourites of all time. And this brand new book that he's coming out is called A Museum of Ordinary People, and it comes out on July 7th, 2022. I'm just going to read you what it says on Goodreads, because there is like nothing, even less, about A Museum of Ordinary People and Booked on Feelings by Jayci. And this one is more intriguing to me because it's quite, it really amps up the intrigue level for me. So this is what it says. It says, inspired by a box of mementos found abandoned in the skip following a house clearance, the Museum of Ordinary People is a poignant, thought-provoking and ultimately uplifting story of memory and love, grief, loss, and the things we leave behind. And the comment I wrote saying, this is going to be a tearjerker, I am so ready, and I cannot wait. Mike Gayle is so good at family dynamic. He's so good at making you feel love for these characters that you end up being so emotionally connected to them that every single book you cry at. And I'm just so ready for a tearjerker. I cannot wait for this book. And then we have a few books that don't currently have dates, and the first one is the sequel of The Love Hypothesis by Hazelwood, and this is called Love on the Brain, and this just says it's out on summer 2022. And I haven't even read The Love Hypothesis yet, but with the hype surrounding it, I just have a feeling that I'm absolutely going to love it. And therefore, I'm excited for the sequel, even though I haven't even read the first book yet. But I'm hoping December is the month that I actually read it. So fingers crossed for me, guys. But I'm being a bit proactive here and saying I'm really anticipating the sequel, because I'm anticipating that I'm going to love The Love Hypothesis. So fingers crossed for me, guys. And let me know in the comments down below if you think I'm going to love it, because I would like your guys' opinion on that fact. The next book I'm excited for is actually quite a rare, because I don't usually get excited for books of authors I haven't read before yet, but I was scrolling through Goodreads and I was seeing what was like perking up my interest on 2022 like romance releases and stuff, and the cover of this one grasped my attention, so I read the synopsis and now I'm really excited for it because it sounds right up my alley. As soon as it said fake dating in the synopsis, I was ready for it. And this book is called Circling Back to You by Julie Tieu. This book follows 2 colleagues who work within the same firm, Matt and Candice. Candice is really struggling with life after having to deal with her estranged father, and Matt is kind of being forced by his Filipino family to settle down. So when they are asked to take a work trip together back to the hometown they are both from, Matt asks Candice to be his fake girlfriend to a family gathering so his family can stop nagging him about settling down. And work romance plus fake dating, oh, It just sounds so good. So I'm so excited to read that. And I'm excited to see how I like this new author that I haven't read before and how her writing style is and how she does romances. I'm very intrigued and I'm very excited. The next one I'm excited for, and I've been waiting for this book for so long. It's been on my yet to be released Goodreads shelf for about a year and a half because I thought it was coming out in 2021, but I believe it got pushed back, or I could just be completely wrong and it was always meant to be coming out in 2022, and I just got really excited for it really early. But this is Dean Atta's brand new book. I'm so excited. And if you didn't know, Dean Atta released The Black Flamingo 2 years ago now in 2020, I believe. Or was it 2019? I can't remember, but only a few years ago now. And it hit BookTube by storm and a lot of people loved it. It was one of my favourite books of the year of 2020. And he writes in verse. And I'm so excited to finally be able to read a brand new book from him. And this one is called Only at the Weekend, and it basically follows our main character, Mac, and he has always had so much faith in romance because of the films that he grew up watching with his family. Then he always has this expectation that romance is meant to be perfect because of them. And Mac has always had a really bad crush on a character called Karim, and finally, when he becomes his boyfriend, he finally thinks that the life that he wants is finally with him and that he can be happy. But then his dad gets a film job to work on a film set up in Scotland, and Mac has to relocate there, and he becomes quite distant to Karim, and Karim doesn't really see interest in him anymore, and Mac starts to lose belief in love. And then one day when Mac is on set with his father, he meets another character called Finley, and Mac starts to realise that love shouldn't only be on weekends. And I'm so excited! Another queer romance from one of my favourite authors, and if this is written in verse like Black Flamingo, I am in for a real treat and I cannot wait. I'm so excited. I can't say I'm so excited more times in this video, but I am just so excited about all these books and I cannot wait for 2022 to roll around so I can read them and so they can be released. And the last book is very bittersweet. I'm so excited for it, but I also don't want it to come out. Deep breaths, guys. And that is Heartstopper Volume 5 by Oseman. And now you'd be like, why are you so sad about that? It's another installment. Yes, it's another installment, but it's also the last installment. Minute of silence. I can't believe the Heartstopper graphic novel series is coming to an end in 2022. I don't ever want it to end, and although I'm so excited to get another installment from Nick and Charlie from Oseman in the Heartstopper universe, I am not ready for it to be over. This series got me into graphic novels. I fell in love with Nick and Charlie. I absolutely love them to pieces. And I'm so excited for Volume 5. I have no idea what is in store for them in this. I don't know what colour the spines are going to be. Are they going to match? We've already got a pink, a blue, a green and a yellow. Is it going to be purple? It could be purple. Purple could work quite well with that little collection. It's up here if you don't know where I'm looking. But I hope it's the thickest bad boy. I want it to be as wide as the frame right now, so it never has to end because I'm not ready to say goodbye to Nick and Charlie. Heartstopper Volume 5 is coming out in 2022 and I am excited for it. I just also don't want it to come so it doesn't have to be over. But yeah, that can't really prevent Oseman releasing another book. I just don't want it to be the last one, but unfortunately it is. So there we have it, guys. Those are all 8 books that I'm anticipating in 2022. I'm sure more will pop up over the course of the last couple of weeks of 2021 as well as throughout all of 2022, but as of right now those are all the books I'm excited for. But I don't tend to get excited for very many unless they are authors I've already read from or the synopsis really intrigues me, like Circling Back to You has. So let me know in the comments down below what books you're excited for 2022. Have I made you excited for any of the ones I discussed today? Let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a massive thumbs up. Subscribe down below to see future content from me. I have a lot of end of year content coming your way in December and January, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss future uploads. And without further ado, I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.